Hello again, readers! It's me, Raimskie, and welcome to another book review for 2023. However, before we get things started, if you are new to this channel, please do consider in subscribing to my channel, or right here, and ringing that notifications bell for more book reviews such as this one, and or for more unboxing videos for 2023. Now, in this video, I will again, hopefully briefly, be reviewing Against the Stars by Christopher Hartland. I hope you all can see that properly, because the colored cover is a lot more gorgeous than this black and white one. And thanks to Tiny Ghost Press for sending me this digital art. And yes, y'all are seeing a new background because I have to move a venue and I am now in my little library, personal library of my own, which is why you all are seeing that massive bookshelves right there, because I still haven't finished, rather organized my bookshelves just yet. Woo! That's all I'm going to say. So, first things first, since this is considered an advanced reader's copy, consider this as your warning, because I will be spoiling a lot of the story here. But just like with my other book reviews, I will try my best to keep this book review spoiler-free. So, before we get to the nitty-gritty of this book, I must tell all of you the trigger/content warnings of Against the Stars by Christopher Hartland, which, by the way, comes out on April 18, or rather came out on April 18, 2023. So grab your copy. So there are a lot of trigger/content warnings in this book, and I really have to warn all of you readers, because some of these trigger warnings, or rather content warnings, are my very own triggers. So this book has transphobia, it has dead naming of a person, it has misgendering of a person, suicidal attempts, suicidal ideation, death of a family member, depression, anxiety, biphobia, and bisexual erasure. So if those contents trigger you, then I must inform all of you, inform you, dear reader, that this book might not be for you to read. Now, before I get to reading Against the Stars by Christopher Hartland, which came out on April 18, 2023, I already felt a reading slump coming in, which is why it took me around 3 weeks, almost a month, just to finish this book. So while I was reading this book, I found myself putting it down a lot of times because I cannot picture these scenes in my head properly. So I had to take a few days off, like more than a week, from reading this book. I had to take a break to read comics, to read online graphic novels, so that I could get into that headspace of imagining, that headspace of picturing the scenes here vividly, if you may. Also, one of the things that made me not want to finish this book is those suicidal ideations and suicidal attempts, because as what I have mentioned before, I am a pretty suicidal person myself. So to read those scenes, those contents with those scenes, I was actually triggered. Not that I had any suicidal ideations or suicidal attempts, while reading this book, while I was reading those scenes, I really had to take a lot of breathers to calm myself and to also remind myself that those are just fictions, which can be felt real sometimes. So yeah. So the biggest plot point of this book, or rather the biggest question that you have to think about while reading this book, is how would you react if you found out that science actually found a way to somehow let you glimpse a short time of your future? Would you actually book an appointment to your nearest clinic or laboratory so that you could get a glimpse of your tiny, tiny future? Would you even do it? So if you want that question answered, then again, order this book from your local indie bookstore or request it from your local library. I must tell you that the romance part of this book, which is largely the part of this book, is nothing but short of sweet, swoony, and oh so bubbly, because while reading the blooming romantic relationship between those two characters, between our two main characters of Against the Stars by Christopher Hartland, which again came out on April 18, 2023, it made me just want to know what happens at the end of the book. Because despite the hurdles, despite the drama that is happening in each of their own lives, it made me want to know if their relationship will have a happy ending. And if y'all want to find out if it did, then you'd better order this book from your local indie bookstore or request it from your local library. Because trust me, even though it is riddled with a lot of content warnings or a lot of my triggers, it is just also swoony and I had a lot of fun reading it. So, with all of that said, I will be giving this book 8 out of 10 stars. Because, again, despite it being riddled with a lot of my trigger warnings, I had really fun reading this book. I had so much fun. I was swooned. I was swept off my feet while reading the blooming romance between the two main characters. So, I hope you all enjoyed watching this hopefully brief book review of Against the Stars by Christopher Hartland, which again came out on April 18, 2023. So you'd better order this book from your local indie bookstore or request it from your local library. And if you did like watching this video, please do give me a thumbs up, or if you did not, please be completely honest with it, and do give me a thumbs down, and put your feedback in the comment section, because again, I will be needing those feedbacks to grow as a content creator. Also, you all could follow me on all of my social media accounts. That would be Bookstagram, BookTwitter, and BookTok. And they all have the same handle as Raimskie Reads. Although I must say that I am mostly active on Bookstagram. So again, this is Raimskie asking you people, begging you readers to please hunt, discover, and read those queer books. Queer